Hello and welcome back again to Stupid Boy. Today we have got an announcement from Dana White, and I want to personally say thank you to Uncle Dana for making this fight. And this fight was I waiting for Hamza Chimaev's next move in his career. This is the fight that is going to make Hamza Chimaev a title contender if he wins. That's really, like condition. He should, if he wins, then he is the contender. If he loses, all the hype train and everything of Hamza Chimaev is like he was just a hype job, just like Joe Pfeiffer. I think this is a matchup that makes so much sense. And for me, I have always felt like Hamza Chimaev never wanted to fight someone like Robert Whittaker because Khamzat Chimaev said that no, brother, this is a respectful person. I'm not going to fight him because I don't fight with such a respectful person, and he's so respectful of Robert Whittaker. I don't think he was. I think he was not respectful. I think he was afraid because Robert Whittaker is someone who is very experienced and who is a real middleweight, and I think he's always a contender at middleweight because of like all his career he was a champion. He was a great champion, and I think the reason why I say this is that Robert Whittaker shut the takedowns of someone like although someone like Yoel Romero, but he got taken down against Ricus Duplessis. But Ricus Duplessis is like very powerful. Khamzat Chimaev is also powerful, but like he at middleweight, I think he doesn't have the same advantages that he had in the welterweight division. That he will take Robert Whittaker down so easily that he did with someone like at the welterweight division. So I think this matchup is so intriguing to me, and this whole fight card that was announced is just so intriguing to me. Alexander Volkov versus Sergey Pavlovich. You know, all the fights like Volkan Ozdemir versus someone like Johnny Walker. This fight is just made for Johnny Walker to become a meme. Volkan Ozdemir, no time Ozdemir can knock out Johnny Walker, and we also have Sharapudin Magomedov versus who is that? Who is that person? I Ihor Potiera, someone like that. I I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it correctly, but that's just a journeyman. Who cares? But I think for me, this main event is something that is the thing that will make me so excited to watch to get you know i always picture I always picture classic UFC fan things. I always picture how a certain fighter is going to win a certain fight, and for me Khamzat Chimaev has only chance of winning this fight in the first round. In the second round he has no chance because I think his cardio is an issue. That's what we have seen in his previous fights. That's what we have seen in the fight against Kamaru Usman. Even though Kamaru Usman was someone who was supposed to, wilt under, with time because he was taking a short notice fight. But it was Khamzat Chimaev who was wilting under pressure with time in the second round. I think this matchup is very intriguing to me, and I feel like someone like Robert Whittaker can expose Khamzat Chimaev because Robert Whittaker, in terms of physicality, he's not too far away from Khamzat Chimaev. I think Khamzat Chimaev is still the larger man in terms of height and everything, in terms of reach also. But Robert Whittaker is a very thick, like he's someone who is like a true 185 pounds because although he's not very tall at 185 pounds, and that's sometimes is his disadvantage, although he's not similar to Dricus Duplessis in terms of physicality. But I think Hamza Chimaev will struggle against someone like Robert Whittaker if he doesn't win the first round. If he doesn't win in the first round, even though he wins the first round, I think it's still a tough fight for Hamza Chimaev because this fight will be a main event. So this will be like 5 round fight. So I'm so intrigued, and I just want to thank Uncle Dana. Like Uncle Dana sometimes give us trash cards like UFC 300. I uploaded that video that got good views, like 600 views. That's good for me. Good enough for like someone who has 400 subs. Not 400, it's still too less. So please like, share, and subscribe. So for me, like I think I have always been depressed about UFC 300 fight card, but now it's like it's okay because Charles Oliveira is there, Alex Pereira is there, and they are literally, the reasons for me to watch those fights, that UFC 300 card. I made a video yesterday about, these are the draws: Charles Oliveira, Alex Pereira. You can't miss a, like a fight event when then you can't miss an event where these two are fighting. That's it for me. Like, I'll watch UFC 300 just for the reason of that, because these two are there. Alex Pereira, someone like Charles Oliveira. So I will watch that event, even though it's not what I wanted for UFC 300, because UFC 300 is something like a crazy fight, Brock Lesnar or someone like Conor McGregor. So in that term, I was disappointed. But this makes me so intrigued that although I wanted a fight where both of them, like Khamzat Chimaev and Robert Whittaker, have chances to win, but I have always felt like Khamzat Chimaev is afraid of someone like Robert Whittaker. I think even Paulo Costa is a tough matchup for someone like Khamzat Chimaev, because you know what, this is martial arts. Style make fights, and I think for Khamzat Chimaev to, like Khamzat Chimaev to win any fight, he should be physical. He should dominate the fight. But the thing about Khamzat Chimaev is that it's his strength against the opponent's strength in the first round, and that technique of takedown, flawless technique. I think for him it is very difficult to take down someone who is actually very heavy. And Dricus Duplessis is a nightmare matchup for Hamza Chimaev. You just hear it right here. Just one problem for Robert Whittaker is that jab of Hamza Chimaev. All the time, in all of the career of Robert Whittaker, I have seen Robert Whittaker getting hurt by a jab. Even against Dricus Duplessis, this became the bane for Robert Whittaker. I think for Robert Whittaker to lose this fight, I think it's just like Khamzat Chimaev can out jab him, and Khamzat Chimaev has a very, very good jab. To be honest, I think with that reach and with that, I think this is the only good thing about Khamzat Chimaev's boxing is his jab. And maybe he will catch Robert Whittaker in one of its blitzes, because Robert Whittaker has that style where he will fight in karate style, maintaining distance and just blitzing, fast forward and just landing that combo, beautiful combo, to be honest. I'm just trying to land in a blitz, and someone like Hamza Chimaev can catch him in middle of these blitzes, and Hamza Chimaev has a sneaky jab. That's the one problem. Apart from that, I think this is a very tough matchup. I think for me, initially looking at the fight, it is a 50-50 fight. Let's just keep it real. I'm not the person who will just say, this person can win, this person can also win. I'm not that person. I have always made prediction where I said someone can win in in this way and this fashion, and this person is going to win. I'm not the person who will pick both of the fighters, because for me, I will just say what I see. And it's not like I want to be, like, let's just not bet on one person, just pick one and then this guy can win like this. This is not what I do. I say the real thing. When someone is going to win, I believe, and I just say this person is going to win. But for me, this fight is really 50-50. This fight is something that I will make a prediction. Don't worry, I will make a prediction. I mean, I will, as I have always given the correct predictions, even though there are 50 people in my comment section telling me, no, you're making the wrong prediction. The way that I picked Leon Edwards, the way that I picked Benoit, and the way that I picked that Dustin Poirier will knock out Benoit Saint Denis. And specifically in the comments, I have literally said the whole sequence where, someone has said about what Benoit Saint Denis is good at. I just literally said everything, like how the fight will happen. Just the same thing happened in the fight. You can still go in that video. I had around 900 views on that video. That's, like, you can see how proud I am with my 900 viewers. But it's like, for me, it's all about predicting specific things in the fight, like what will happen. So what I say is that this jab of Hamza Chimaev is very dangerous for Robert Whittaker, because of his blitzing style where he will blitz. And but for me, Hamza Chimaev's good things like takedown in the initial round can be stuffed easily by Robert Whittaker, because I have seen Robert Whittaker using good technique against Yoel Romero. Yoel Romero is a Olympic level wrestler. So you always have to, because this is the thing. Let me just explain myself. Khamzat Chimaev is a freestyle wrestler. Okay, he's not a folk style wrestler like American wrestlers. He's a freestyle wrestler, and same with the Yoel Romero. He's a freestyle wrestler. He's not a folk style wrestler. So Khamzat Chimaev can have good injuries, but I think jiu-jitsu of Khamzat Chimaev is good. But there's a problem. I think if Robert Whittaker stuffs takedown of Khamzat Chimaev, I bet you Khamzat Chimaev is going to panic. And when Khamzat Chimaev is going to panic, it will get to him. The fight will get to him. And I'm not saying that Khamzat Chimaev is not like very, don't have the warrior mentality and he won't try to, fight through adversity. Khamzat Chimaev is literally him. I think Khamzat Chimaev is someone who is actually a Chad. I think he is just someone, the way that he fought against Gilbert Burns, although we were surprised by Gilbert Burns' ability to brawl with Khamzat Chimaev, we should give credit to Khamzat Chimaev to sticking up for his warrior like spirit, like the way that he was, his whole head snapped with that shot of Gilbert Burns, and still he was continuing to fight. And the way that he took Gilbert Burns down, Gilbert Burns down, oh my goodness, I literally said downs there. Gilbert Burns down after, like having that huge knockdown moment is like crazy. You can still imagine like how much strength this person has. But for me, I think Khamzat Chimaev is someone who will struggle with cardio, and for me, that is the thing. Khamzat Chimaev and Robert Whittaker in a very good fight and very competitive fight, and I will love every second of it. You know. So for me, I think this is just a gift from Uncle Dana, and I will just always say thank you, Uncle Dana, because like I've always said, oil him up. Like this is not a very good fight card, UFC 300, but let's give credit when where credit is due. This is a great fight for us fight fans. This is just a treat to watch. You don't know this because you won't be able to understand what I'm feeling just watching this fight if you don't know actually how good this fight is. If you have not followed these two fighters, this is going to be one of the best fights in the UFC. I'm just predicting here. Even if it is not finishing in the first round, this is going to be such a good fight, you know. So this might be the event of the year. To be honest, for me, this can be an event of the year. If Conor McGregor doesn't come back, if John Jones doesn't fight in the end of the year in November, I think he will fight in November. And for me, that is not a competitive fight. John Jones versus Stipe Miocic is not a competitive fight. This is like what I want. I don't want easy fights. I want competitive fights. So for this thing, I will always want such type of fights where it is so competitive. And you can see from my voice that how excited I am. And this is what we do in this channel. Just an introduction, because I think lots of new people watch my channel, and literally 97 or 98% of you are not subscribed. I talk about martial arts, I talk about football, I talk about the things that I like, the things that get me excited, not in a bad way, but in a good way, you know, just trying to, just trying to have some people that will watch martial arts with me, because I literally have no friends, as you can see the stethoscope in the back, I'm a doctor. So I have no friends who watch martial arts with me. So I want to have this, group of people who watch martial arts with me. So if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. I have my Patreon. You can donate to me on Patreon, where because like I want to invest on this channel, but I don't want to invest using my own money. I want to invest on the production quality, because as you can see, this is like literally me speaking in front of my smartphone. I don't even use a camera, so I will just say that I'm trying to improve the production quality. I'm trying to become more regular. For that to happen, I think I should try to use money that I earn from this on this channel, earn from my Patreon on this channel, because that's the natural way, right? I shouldn't invest my money, I should invest whatever I earn from this channel on this channel. This is what I will do. And someday maybe I will have few people who will watch me regularly, because I have very less number of people who watch me regularly. So this is what we do in this channel. We talk about martial arts, we talk about football, we talk about the things that get me excited in a good way. Yeah, that's it. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. Peace.